Stay classy, Golden Eagles. This is going to be chapter 14 of our book, Because of Winn-Dixie by Kate DiCamillo. Sit back and enjoy. Sometimes I told Gloria the story Miss Franny Black had just told me, or I imitated Otis tapping his pointy-toed boots and playing for all the animals, and that always made her laugh. And sometimes I made up a story and Gloria Dump would listen to it all the way through from beginning to end. She told me she used to love to read stories, but she couldn't anymore because her eyes were so bad. Can't you get really strong glasses? I asked her. Child, she said, they don't make glasses strong enough for these eyes. One day, when the storytelling was done, I decided to tell Gloria that Otis was a criminal. I thought maybe I should tell an adult about it, and Gloria was the best adult that I knew. Gloria, I said. She said back. You know Otis? I don't know him, but I know what you tell me about him. Well, he's a criminal. He's been in jail. Do you think I should be afraid of him? For what? I don't know. For doing bad things, I guess? For being in jail? Child, she said, let me show you something. She got up out of her chair real slow and took hold of my arm. Let the two of us walk all the way to the back of this yard. Okay, I said. We walked and Winn-Dixie followed right behind us. It was a huge yard and I had never been all the way back in it. When we got to a big old tree, she stopped. Look at this tree, Gloria said. I looked up. There were bottles hanging from about every branch. They were whiskey bottles and beer bottles and wine bottles all tied on a string, and some of them were clanking against each other and making a spooky kind of noise. Me and Winn-Dixie stood and stared at the tree, and the hair on the top of our head rose up a little bit, and he growled deep in his throat. Gloria Dump pointed her cane at the tree. What do you think about this tree? I said, I don't know. Why are all those bottles on it? To keep the ghosts away, Gloria said. What ghosts? The ghosts of all the things I've done wrong. I looked at all the bottles on the tree. You did that many things wrong? I asked her. Gloria said. More than that. But you're the nicest person I know, I told her. Don't mean I haven't done bad things, she said. There's whiskey bottles on there, I told her, and beer bottles. Child, said Gloria Dup, you know that? I'm the one who put 'em there. I'm the one who drank 'em. It was me. My mama drank, I whispered. I know it, Gloria Dump said. The preacher says that sometimes she couldn't stop drinking. Gloria said again. That's the way it is for some folks. We get started and we just can't get stopped. And you're one of those people? Yes, ma'am, I am. But these days I don't drink nothing stronger than coffee. But the whiskey and beer and wine, did they make you do the bad things that are your ghost now? Some of them, Gloria Dump said. Some of them I would have done anyways with alcohol or without it. But I learned. Learned what? Learned what is the most important thing. What's that? I asked her. It's different for everyone, she said. You find out on your own. But in the meantime, you got to remember, you can't always judge people by the things they've done. You've got to judge them by what they are doing. You judge Otis by the pretty music he plays and how kind he is to them animals. Because that's all you know about him right now. All right? Yes, ma'am, I said. And the Dewberry Boys, you try not to judge them too harsh either, all right? All right, I said. All right then, said Gloria Dump. And she turned and started walking away. Winn-Dixie nudged me with his wet nose and wagged his tail. When he saw I wasn't going, he trotted after Gloria. I stayed where I was and studied the tree. I wondered if Mama, wherever she was, had a tree full of bottles. And I wondered if I was a ghost to her, the same as... let me start that over. And I wondered if I was a ghost to her, the same way she sometimes seemed like a ghost to me. That was the end of chapter 14 of Because of Winn-Dixie. We're about halfway through the book. Hope you guys have been enjoying it. And as always, stay classy, Golden Eagles.